Hi Sagittarius, if you're a Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, this reading is for you. I'm hearing you already know what to do, do it. You already know what to do, do it. There's more to something than meets the eye. There's more to saying no to something than meets the eye. It's not like you're, because it's almost like, okay, so if you're dealing with a person, for example, I feel like we're just coming off swinging. If you're dealing with a person and it feels like you're in a state of indecision in between instability, even feeling that way too, kind of like I'm not really on stable solid ground. I'd like to be, but I know I have to deal with this first, or at least make a decision. I feel like there's almost more pressure on the decision, and that you need to kind of scale out a little bit and look to the future, or look to what happens if you do this, this, or this, because I don't feel like there's even just two options. I feel like there's three different choices that you can make, and it's important for you to remember that this is your life to live. Use your time wisely and be very discerning with where you input your energy, output your energy, where you receive input of energy, where you output your energy. It's going to be very important for you to remember what you're here to do, why you're here to do it, and to stay the path, stay the course, especially if it has to do with grieving an old relationship or having the opportunity. Recognize if your heart's not fully in something, or your body feels shut off, closed off to it, it's a no. Because I feel like you're going to get what you really desire when you lean into recognizing that your body's telling you exactly how it feels about someone or about a situation. And your heart, you can try to make it work, but your body, like, you're not even in it anymore. Something's already happened, something stunted, made you shut down, shut off. You cannot go back from there. You have to honor yourself here forward. And I really do feel like major things are going to be unfolding in your life, or taking place, to where you're so busy that the situation no longer, you have to see it from a loving perspective rather than a isolating perspective. You have to see something as leading you closer to love rather than taking it all away from you. It feels like if there's relationships that are starting to fizzle out or disintegrate, or your life is going through major changes, it's actually leading you to everything that you've been intending. If you don't like what you've been intending for yourself, set up a new snowball. You know, I always say everything is a snowball. If you don't like where you're ending up right now, set a new snowball. But you also cannot cling on to what you've outgrown, what is over. You're not meant to stay in the same place forever. This was not a life for you. You didn't come here with the intention to just coast through life. You are not going to be able to just coast through whatever. With the same types of people, with the same types of experiences, with the same type of habits. You gotta break the cycle. You gotta break the mold. Like, for me, what I'm getting from your guys is you're either going to choose to do it, or we're going to do it for you. Like, there's almost this level of seriousness that I can feel coming through, to where your guides are not playing. Like, this is actually like a little intimidating. To where, because I feel like I've had more than enough time to do. I said I was going to stop doing this before, and then I kept doing it, and I kept doing it, and I kept doing it. I feel like you put off something long enough, you need to really make a change. You really need to let this go. You really need to break this cycle. And it feels like a habit. I intend to, it's just more so the matter of what you say you're going to do it. And if you're not, there's a reason why you keep aligning with people who don't follow through on their word, or go back on their word, or blindside you. Where do you blindside yourself? Where do you say you're going to do something? Like, where are you not honoring your own commitments? That's showing up in your life heavily, and that's also leading to a lot of more anguish than necessary. And I feel like it's really important for you to come back to just honoring your commitments, honoring what you say, and not letting someone else in the relationship not unfolding in the way that you desire be this ankle weight forever, you know? So I feel like even when I'm in a place, like, I still feel nostalgic, longing, like I'm empty. You have to nurture your heart. You have to nurture your heart. You have to nurture your heart. You have to tend to your heart. You have to send love to yourself, because you can't silence the grief. You can't Four of Cups your way out of grief. You have to face it. You have to face something, and it's internal. Or you have felt unloved, where maybe there's a part of you too that's healing from past relationships, you know, like before the one that's kind of in your sphere now. It kind of, and that's more so like the lack of the nostalgia. To me, it feels like there's one deeper, where it was such an intense, intricate, painful pain point that it may have taken years to be able to even look at it. That's kind of what I feel. You have to look at it. It's almost like life doesn't have to get harder. It's only getting harder because you're clinging on tighter, you know? It's like I'm literally seeing something trying to rip your hand off, and it's like hurting because you're clinging on so tight, and it's just let it go. And then they replace it with something better immediately, you know? Okay, what are the themes for Sagittarius this month? That was like a straight channel. Four of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. bam. Ace of Swords. Again, I feel like you're Sagittarius after all. It's also, you know, that usually you can just like move through things, let it go, kind of like girl boss your way out of things, or BDE your boss out of your way out of things. And to me, it feels like there's something that you cannot avoid, you cannot ignore anymore. And it's also important for you to change your perspective on something, because everything will reflect the pain point if you are looking at it through that lens. I feel like I'm seeing the Aphrodite healing heartbreak prayer from Steve Noble. I would do that even if it's been a long time since you've gone through a heartbreak. To me, I really do feel like there has to be a shift, or else you'll move through this month feeling like you're keeping yourself hidden, you're shutting yourself off from the world, you're just grieving. I just wouldn't want you to be in a state where it feels harder to get out of when you have, and that might be why your guides are being pretty stern right now, because it's like, you don't realize how fast you manifest, how fast you call things into being. It doesn't have to be that hard. Neutralize it. At least the least that you can do is neutralize the isolation, the heartbreak feeling with Reiki video, even YouTube. There's so many free YouTube videos, hypnosis, meditations. At least do something to neutralize this feeling so it doesn't become something that's uncontrollable. Okay, let's see. Sagittarius, February. Life's what you make it. Literally, you're gonna have to recognize that you're only going to be able to break free of something when you break free of it yourself. And once you change that perspective, it's not going to take long for changes to be made. You have to be mindful when the wounded part of you comes out, and will do whatever you can to have something work out in your favor at all costs, regardless of how it affects someone else. I definitely feel like you're going to have to lean into what's fair for all rather than what's fair for you. Compassion, spiritual career, 99 and 78. I'm hearing that song Bodies by the Knox. Bodies in the base, warm bodies in the basement. Like people are dancing down there. It's like a hidden event. What's the theme for Sagittarius this month? Patience. You can't rush the process either. Love, partnership, environment. I feel like your environment has shifted. I feel like you're shifting your own internal environment too. I feel like there's a part of you that's finally assessed, because I see a lot of heart chakra healing, and that's what's called for this month. Just literally, and it's not like you have to go into the problem, but more so just send love. Literally send love. When you're feeling sad, when you're feeling down, when you're feeling empty, just start saying, I love you, 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 over and over and over and over and over again, because it's not you saying that to you, it is, but it's something saying it through you, you know? It's going to be very important for you to make sure through the grief you're also receiving love, or stopping to listen to a message. It's going to kind of like pattern interrupt. There's going to be a pattern interrupt. February for Sagittarius. It's not worth it to try to talk to someone and get them to see your side. They did what they did. It is what it is. Angel of Strength. It'll be easier for you in the long run with the Caring Connections reverse and the Ace of Swords, it landing on top of the Ace of Swords and the Angel of Strength. It's going to be easier for you in the long run, and Archangel Gabriel. Maybe you even have to tell someone, we can't talk anymore. Because to me, it feels like it's going to be easier for you in the long run and take less energy out of you to nip something in the bud now and to not open a door that you know you can't handle opening, if they're not in the same level of desire to make something work as you. It's going to be very important. And again, yes, it's going to yield more strength now, but it would actually yield more strength later, because you'd have more entanglement, more pain, more time that feels like it was wasted. You have to nip it now, or else it'll never nip. It'll just keep stacking. You have to take action for yourself now. Clearly, this situation doesn't have your best interest in mind, because it's very difficult for them to even have their own best interest in mind. It's not because they're intentionally, maliciously doing anything to you. It's because the way that they operate is very different than most people, meaning their mind is in different places than you. So what may seem like common sense for you is not common sense for them. So with that being said, you have to have your own best interest in mind now. And that might be the main lesson that this relationship is meant to bring you, was you have to recognize where things are working out for you. because it almost feels like you're seeing now how you have made other people feel through this dynamic or through this individual, for example. I want to do this deck actually. Communicate. Cycles. And I think the more you try to tell them how you're feeling, you have to deal with your own triggers internally. That's it. Patience again. I do not want you to move through anything waiting for someone to get better if you are not also actively taking steps to move on from it too. You cannot keep yourself in one place. You can't. Send yourself compassion, send yourself love, do the heartbreak healing. You know what I mean? Like I said, you can, it's a neutralization of going from having one reality where they're in it to separating and coming into a brand new one. So with that, you have to, yes, you can still miss them and wish they were coming back or wonder if they're ever going to communicate with you. That's fine. Like, so I know that you can't just override that and avoid that, but what helps shift that out is you taking consistent action too, to be like, you know what, for me now, I have to heal the heartbreak. I have to move forward. I have to do what I'm called to do right now. I have to listen to Steve Noble. I have to fall asleep to I Am Loved subliminals, you know? Do the work for you and have compassion for yourself through it. So you're not just feeling like you're just waiting for someone to figure it out. What else for Sagittarius? Spy, honeymoon. Yeah. Oh, guardian. See what I mean? Your angels are not playing when it comes to you. I would not be surprised if you have a grandma who's like, no one plays about my baby. Like, to me, it feels like stars are significant too. Even then with spy and honeymoon, yeah. There might be a lot of logistics to where like you guys wouldn't work right now, but there's something to do with they're watching you, yes, but you don't have to think about when you're in your bad bitch energy, no matter how you identify. There can be a lot of people watching you, but you know if they're not giving you the time of day, like you have to be back into your confidence. You have to remember who you are. Remember who you are this month because, and I feel like another sign got that message. Maybe it was Pisces. I don't remember. Because it shouldn't, you cannot deplete yourself waiting for someone else to see you. And I feel like the biggest thing that you should do now is be open to this or better. There has to be something better. And it's like, just because someone's watching you doesn't, you have to untangle from it, even if they are watching you. And the more you untangle from it, the more they are going to be watching you. That doesn't mean you open the door back up. They need to wait. Like they need to like sit and think about what they've done. Like you cannot just be someone that they like decide, oh, I figured it out, I want to come back. No. And if they give up after that, you're being done a favor anyway, because they weren't serious about being different. They were coming back to see if they could repeat the cycle with you. They weren't actually coming back with the intention of being different and showing up differently for you. No. If they were, they would keep trying. Whether it be a few months, whatever, what have you. You know what I mean? You have to say no for you now, or else you're just going to go through the same shit all over again. And you don't deserve that. Okay, let's see. What else? Sagittarius themes this month. Sagittarius, literally you, Cancer. Everyone's getting this card. Everyone's gotten Cancer. All the fire signs, I mean. Insights to understand your highest ideal. See the rules. What are you writing? What rules are you writing? Remember who you are. I feel like sometimes relationships come in to humble us and get us to see the parts of us that are more vulnerable. And, you know, sometimes I feel like our protective, like our cockiness or our confidence or our ego or our arrogance is our protective mechanism, and then a relationship comes in to break that down because we can't sustain ourselves when we have that. So now I feel like there's this coming into just compassion for yourself, acceptance of yourself, so you can turn that power that is ego and arrogance into this power to help create change in the world and to show people what power really looks like when you're using it for good rather than to protect yourself or belittle another. You know what I mean? It's like that sovereignty versus insecurity, I guess. And insecurity is a blanket statement. I would use a different word. I just can't think of what word right now. Aries. Again, you're gonna have to start something new. Act like a leader. Yeah, the sun. Aries sun energy could be significant. Aries season could be significant too. you have to even call on Joan of Arc, call on Goddess Diana, call on Artemis to help you move through this, because I really do feel like a heartbreak is just an illusion, but it doesn't feel like it when you're in it. And, you know, don't let time numb something. Deal with it now so it doesn't come up later. Hanged Man, change your perspective. Take accountability without blame or like anger at yourself for doing something. Four of Wands, especially when it comes to your home environment, your family. Release blame of your parents too, because that'll just keep you trapped in your own yarn that you've put up. King of Swords, you could have been dealing with an air sign. Five of Swords. When all is well, I will look back and be glad I never gave up. The I am affirmation, literally. You may have been dealing with the King of Swords, just someone who's like kind of a dick, honestly, sorry. Like at least how it's showing up here with Five of Swords, Two of Swords, just like unable to meet you eye to eye. You don't even want them. No. You are beyond the pattern, the toxic cycle. You're beyond the pattern of feeling emotionally, verbally, you know? You deserve more. And it's easy to romanticize someone and something when it's no longer in your life, but you have to see the truth for what it was. And it feels like a imbalanced dynamic. Love spell, you've been bewitched. Oh, do a cord clearing, seriously? Also do a negative portal. I'm like, now we're talking. What do you mean bewitched? Yeah, someone may even be using like the O method to call you back in. You may even be doing that. When you trap another, you trap yourself. That's all I'm gonna say. When you do spells on another, you are doing a spell on yourself. When you're manifesting someone back, you're also, you know what I mean? I want to do these for you. Actually, I haven't done them for any sign. 333. Trust in a close friend or family member is an irreplaceable gift. Who is your most trusted confidant? Let them know they're appreciated today. Yeah, I mean, home family stuff did come up. Maybe even someone's helping you move. Like, show appreciation to someone. 000, new beginnings. Find the time to create your own fresh starts. Mornings can be healing. Wake up early and experience the joy of a fresh start. Wasn't I saying that earlier? It's like the commitments that you have. You said you're going to wake up earlier. Or 999. To open a new door, you must leave the room you're in. What are you ready to leave behind as you enter a new chapter of your life? Alright, Sagittarius, I love you so much. Make sure you subscribe. I post new videos all the time, every week. Make sure you like this video too. It helps boost my videos out. And follow me on TikTok. I post videos there every day too. So if you want more readings, there I am. And I also book a personal reading with me too, if you feel called. I love you. Have the best February. Help is on the way, dear. Just remember that.